So Threads is losing its mind right now because this user, RachelDoodlesAndMore, a small business owner and artist who sells products that feature her sketches, apparently faked an entire hate mail scandal. She claimed that a MAGA mom sent her this wild, angry email. Turns out she wrote it all herself for money and clout. And now people have turned on her hard, understandably, after realizing that she literally just scammed her own audience out of thousands of dollars. And honestly, this whole thing feels like a masterclass in internet self-destruction. So let's talk about how Rachel went from being like this small business queen to public enemy #1 in like 2 days. Aside from all the moral and ethical things that are obviously wrong with this, is this straight up fraud? I don't know. We're gonna talk about it. But first, a word from our sponsor, Factor. Factor is an unbelievably convenient service that delivers fresh, never frozen, chef-crafted, and dietitian-approved meals straight to your doorstep. And when I say unbelievably convenient, I mean these meals are ready to eat in just 2 to 3 minutes and are designed to fit whatever wellness or fitness journey you may be on. No more stressing about cooking, meal planning, and cleaning up. Just heat and eat. Keep yourself focused on your goals, let Factor take care of the rest. And that's my favorite part about Factor. Like, it is by far the most convenient meal subscription service I have ever used. And as a stay-at-home mom, I value convenience where I can get it. And Factor gives me the option to eat something nutritionally fulfilling instead of all the unhealthy snacking I would normally end up doing instead. Factor now has over 100 rotating weekly options ranging from full-blown meals and salads to breakfasts, shakes, and more. And they all taste super yummy and they offer the nutrition that you need to meet your goals. And if you're like me, always looking to up my protein intake, you'll be pleased to know that Factor just doubled their protein and seafood options compared to last year. And some of those options include salmon burgers, short rib, bison sausage, and more. Most meals deliver 30 grams of protein or more, and that helps with muscle repair and recovery. The time is now, friends. Try Factor today. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and then use the code SavannahMarieFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code SavannahMarieFB50 at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free breakfast for 1 year. This offer is only valid for new Factor customers with the code and with a qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Thank you so much to Factor for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into some scammy McScammersons. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, because this topic is like currently as I'm filming this still a blazing fire of bullshit. There's new updates all the time. People are going nuts about it. Yeah, this whole situation is ongoing. So we're just gonna go through it. Now, how I found out about this is that I just so happened to slide into Threads the other day. And this was like at the top, it's trending. Like, I didn't even know Threads had like trending. I don't really use Threads. It's just like every once in a while, you know, Instagram will show you a little preview of a Threads post that it thinks that you're gonna like. So I was there browsing, perusing, if you will, and stumbled across this situation. Now, when I stumbled across this, it was before anyone had exposed her. It was before anyone knew that she was lying. And now I'll put this out here first. Hindsight's 2020, we all know this. Looking back now, it's like, yeah, I guess there were a lot of red flags here that we all kind of missed because we were all like collectively so invested in this story. But it also is kind of a narrative about how crazy situations like this, even when they're made up, it's kind of one of those things that's like, okay, but I could definitely see this happening in reality. And we have seen examples of things like this happening. And it's like not so far out of left field that people would be like, this didn't happen. I totally fell for it, and a lot of people, like thousands of people, fell for it as well, and a lot of people placed orders with her because of this. She had it all planned. But I do want you to keep in mind, obviously you're going into this knowing it's all fake, but please try to put yourself in a situation where you don't know it's fake and try to just enjoy the narrative before we get into how she was exposed, because this all really did trick a lot of people, including myself. I literally like followed this girl so I wouldn't miss out on updates to the situation, because I'm like, whoa, this lady's crazy. Turns out it was all fake. And I feel stupid for falling for it. And a lot of other people on the internet are also feeling stupid for falling for it. I don't think anyone should feel stupid for falling for it. It's not like a conspiracy theory that's just kind of like, I don't know about that. Like, it's definitely something that could happen and has happened before, just in different circumstances. So anyway, let's just go through what happened. So on Halloween of this year, Friday, October 31st at 3:08 p.m., RachelDoodlesAndMore posted this screenshot that we're gonna read here. But first, her caption on this post said, apparently I lost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars today because a mom who almost bought my K-pop Demon Hunter blanket discovered that I have political opinions. She was this close to telling all her rich friends about me, but I guess my woke agenda scared her away. Sigh. I guess I'll just have to survive without the Patriot Mom shopping network. Just reading that right now makes me angry because I'm like, this girl knew exactly what she was doing. She knew she needed time, and she knew that K-pop Demon Hunters, and like my fellow momsies and dadsies out there will understand what I'm talking about here. K-pop Demon Hunters is going to be the Christmas season this year. The marketplace of gifts is going to be inundated with K-pop Demon Hunter stuff. This chick knew that. She knew she would need a few months to get out a lot of bulk orders so that she'd be able to get them shipped out to people for Christmas. She also is probably someone, like many Americans today, who may be struggling with not really knowing how they're going to afford Christmas presents and stuff for their kids this year. And this woman does have a child. We'll get to that because she does bring her up here. But it just sickens me. Like, she did this because she's like, I'm gonna make a lot of money this Christmas. There are a lot of situations where I'm like, all right, I respect the hustle, get your coin, girl, but like, this isn't it. Creating an entire fabrication like this, and not to like, there's so many elements here too that I'm sorry if I'm like already rambling, but this pisses me off because from the POV of someone who cares about social issues, if you've been following me for a while, you know where my political affiliation is. You know that I'm very passionate about the things that I believe in and the things I don't believe in for that matter, but I just feel like this is such a careless thing to do given the current political climate and the current social climate in America. Like, we are so divided right now, and Rachel is somebody who, like, her art features a lot of leftist opinions, woke culture, if you will. But quite frankly, if you find yourself on that side of the political spectrum, which I also do for myself, we're trying to fix shit. We're trying to bring ourselves together as a country and fix our stupid ass problems. And like, this kind of shit further divides us. And if it were a real thing, and I think that's why a lot of people got so invested in it, because it's just like, yep, just another psycho on the right who's so brainwashed into believing that woke is destroying the world and blah blah blah. But this wasn't real. This came from her imagination. So what it does, in my opinion, is takes away credibility from the left. And if you care about credibility and you care about being the side that has like actual facts and stuff and doesn't believe some bumbling dementia patient that's constantly on world stages, if you truly believe that we are the side that has the answers to things, then what the fuck are you doing? It's just stupid. And the way she got caught, oh my god, we're gonna obviously get to that, but like, the way she got caught, I'm like, you couldn't have foreseen this happening? Like, it's just careless, it's reckless, it's further dividing people, further harming the reputation of the left. It's making things worse. But she is trying to run away with the bag. She doesn't care. She does not care who she hurts, who she lies to, who she scams, as long as she gets her money. And I think that's disgusting. And quite frankly, that's not leftist values. That may be Democratic politician values. Politicians in general, they're all just about who's gonna pay me the most money. But us actual normies who aren't politicians, who just want our lives to be a little bit better, this kind of thing is harmful. And very clearly, you, Rachel, do not share the same values that your preferred political identity should be valuing. That's just how I feel. Anyway, let's read this first email. First of all, please notice the email address, no money for woke business owners at AOL.com. Okay, Okay, I will admit that this is something that at first I saw this and I was like, who uses AOL? I didn't even know AOL was still a thing. I didn't know that you could still create email addresses with AOL. So that's like red flag number one, but I was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe I just don't know. But this is supposedly a message that she got through, I don't know if it's Shopify or whatever it is, but name anonymous from the United States. Comment: I just wanted to let you know how disappointed I am. A friend of mine shared a picture of your K-pop demon hunter blanket and I thought it was adorable. I was this close to placing a huge order, not just for me, but for my kids, my nieces and nephews, even the other moms in our group chat. I was already planning to share your website with my entire Facebook group of over 200 moms who love supporting small businesses. You could have made hundreds of dollars from me alone, and thousands once all my friends started buying too. But then I made the mistake of finding your ridiculously democratic stickers, as well as your woke little social media account. I was horrified by what I found. Post after post, pushing your woke political agenda, mocking good Christian conservatives, and even quote unquote celebrating the death of you know who. I'm not gonna say his name because how disgusting. I cannot in good conscience give my money to someone who supports such hateful, divisive nonsense. You could have been successful if you just kept your politics to yourself, but instead you had to go and alienate half the country. Such a shame. I'll be spending my money with a company that actually respects our values and loves America. Have fun with your little activist sticker shop. You just lost out on hundreds of dollars because you couldn't stop being political about everything. God bless. But do you see what I mean though? Like, yeah, after reading that, it's like, okay, there are a few red flags here, but it's not so ridiculous that we would be like, this isn't real. I'm sorry, but like, this is straight out of the MAGA 101 book of how to argue with people on the internet who don't share the same values as you. Like, it's all the same talking points, which now I'm like, this was probably just ChatGPT, right? She probably was just like, pretend that you're a MAGA mom and you're really angry about this website. Write me an angry email, go. You know, the other thing is too, is that most of these people write at a third grade reading and writing level. Like, they are not this, I don't want to say well-spoken, because they did use the term demon-crat. I normally hear the term demon rat, but you know, whatever. But it's well written, the punctuation is there, the sentence structure is there, and that's something that many of these people on the internet, people who would flip their lids so hard to go out and send an email like this, I don't think that they would have this kind of literacy, if that makes sense. By the way, this thread, this first thread here, has almost 1 million views, and I'm like, I didn't even know that Threads had this many users. Like, it's wild to me that people regularly use this platform. It's like so weird, but nope, almost 1 million people have seen it. Now, interestingly enough, 5 days ago, this one person did leave a comment that said, I'm willing to bet this whole thing was for attention to sell blankets because all of a sudden you're all sold out. This I'm Ashley motherfucking Nicole clocked it. She definitely clocked it. Interestingly enough though, Rachel hearted this comment, so it's like, so you saw this, you immediately knew that people were going to be on to you, but still you went on for another almost week fabricating this story and making it more and more ridiculous for 5 fucking days. Like, you had a red flag there at the very beginning. But anyway, as normally tends to happen when we see situations like this, people who share the same values as the small business owner, OP, whatever, they saw this and they said, hey, let's make this girl go viral, let's give her sales, let's support her small business because she's one of us. It's the leftist version of, hey, that lady went viral for calling a small child the N-word on a playground, let's donate $1 million to her. This is the leftist version of that. This is, hey, this small business lost out on a couple $100 because some MAGA idiot went berserk in her emails. Let's prove this MAGA mom wrong. Let's help this small business owner. And that's exactly what happened. So then 5 hours later, she posted, I fell asleep after losing hundreds, if not thousands, in potential MAGA mom money and woke up to this. Turns out I don't need a single dime from people offended by empathy. Thank you to everyone who actually gets it. You are the reason I can keep doing what I love. Now off to cry some happy tears. This picture depicts her website. At the time of this screenshot being posted, she had 31 visitors at the same time, a 400% increase in sales, a 400% increase in orders, and a 700% increase in sessions. The next morning she posted, lost a MAGA mom potential customer worth hundreds, if not thousands, gained a community worth everything. First of all, you had a community for about 2 days. I just don't get how people can think, and I guess whatever. I mean, people on the internet, I guess, do this all the time. They lie about who they are or what they stand for, whatever, just to benefit themselves. But how can you think that you're going to build a legitimate, lasting community based on a lie? I don't know how many followers she had before all of this happened, but she certainly has a lot more now. The only reason I'm following her now is to watch the spiral. I'll probably end up unfollowing her after all this is over, but I'm sure a lot of people are gonna unfollow her. And I honestly hope that any followers she had before all this happened will see this and be like, yo, that's fucked up, and hit the unfollow button too. I hate to wish this on a small business owner. I hate to wish failure on someone's small business, but like, this is fucked up. And yeah, I hope she sees the consequences for her actions. I hope that all of these people who placed pre-orders with her, by the way. So yeah, so she planned this shit. She's like, I'm gonna set up a thing for pre-orders specifically because she knew this was gonna blow up, and she knew she was gonna make a lot of money off of it. It's honestly just sickening. Anyway, just keep in mind that the numbers that she's posting here have skyrocketed since the post was originally made, but she said $2,266 in the last 24 hours, 50 plus orders, blankets sold out, and my faith in humanity fully restored. Bitch, all you did was like destroy our faith in humanity and make us not want to trust people on the internet again. Great job. Glad you were able to benefit from this. Turns out compassion and chaos sell better than hate ever will. It sucks because political tensions are so high right now, so when you do see something like this, it's like, yeah, tug on my heartstrings, like make me feel like I'm part of something good also, you know? Because like, as someone on the left, I feel like I look around and all I see is hate and bigotry on every corner of every street, anywhere I look, all corners of the internet. Like in my last video I was saying, I've not been coping with this stuff well. So when you see stuff like this and you're like, oh, I guess people really do care. I guess people haven't lost all faith in humanity. People are going out of their way to help the small business owner who was being targeted by a bigot. So maybe that's what it was for me. Maybe it was just kind of one of those things that's just like, okay, we love to see it. We love to see people coming together and supporting someone who we all collectively think deserves it. Obviously that wasn't the case, but Rachel goes on to say, I'm so tired of MAGA telling me I can't do this without them. They are not the backbone of small business. They are the people threatening it because someone had the nerve to say, hey, maybe everyone deserves rights. I'm not scared of losing their money. You're saying all the right things, you know? I was told the blankets sold out, so I reopened the pre-order due to demand. Estimated delivery is early to mid-December. What happens in December? Oh, you mean the biggest gift-giving time of the year? Now, I will admit, these blankets are adorable. It's wild because, like I was saying earlier, like K-pop Demon Hunters is gonna be the big thing this Christmas. Why did you even feel the need to do this? You probably would have still gotten very authentic sales without doing any of this. Like, people would probably still be knocking on your door because that's going to be the nature of the Christmas season this year for those of us with kids. I just don't understand the point of it, of like, why lie about this? Anyway, she says, I have 146 people on my website right now. Holy shit, holy shit. Oh my God, it's 179. It's a new record. I replied to that lady's form submission to see if it was real, and it hasn't bounced. I'm curious if she's going to reply. Good news is I see no orders under that email address. Then the next day she's posting that she has all these orders going out. A lot of these appear to be kind of small, so maybe they're like sticker orders and stuff like that. Her Shopify store had 81 orders on November 1st, which is significant. Her website's down now, go figure. But when I was looking at it before all this downfall happened, her blankets are like between $80 and $100, which if they're handmade, you know, good. Yeah, I think that's a fair price. But I don't know if she's like outsourcing any of this, or like, I don't know how it works. But regardless, I mean, that's a significant amount of money for 81 orders. I mean, a lot of them, again, are probably smaller orders, but still. So then she made a little post that's like, hey, this is me, wow. Of course, has to say that she has loud support for human rights, pro-LGBTQ, pro-choice, anti-fascist, proud of it. Great. That's fabulous. Those are values that I like to give my money to. Unfortunately, I don't like to give my money to scammers and liars orders. But anyway, Rachel goes on to say, so since my first email to MAGA Karen of the Patriotic Mom Shopping Network didn't bounce, I may have sent her an email thanking her for her form submission with a screenshot of the sales in the last 24 hours. No idea if she'll reply, but hey, at least her God bless really bit her in the ass. Again, I love this. I love the pettiness if it were real. It's not. Shortly after, she said, oh my God, she replied, and of fucking course she uses Comic Sans. So like when you see stuff like this, to me, I'm like, I don't think this is a MAGA mom. She must be like a MAGA grandma if she's using Comic Sans. So like looking back, it's just kind of like, yeah, this seems like it was a choice. This is something, a stylistic choice in her creation of this situation. Here's the other thing. She hasn't deleted any of this. She's been exposed. She knows she's been exposed, but she's leaving all of this up. Okay, so this is the response that Rachel sent to the first correspondent. She said, hi, Anonymous. Thank you for taking the time to share your thoughts about my woke little sticker shop. I truly appreciate the passion behind your message. You'll be happy to know your email made quite an impact. It went viral, sparked thousands of laughs, and ended up giving my small business the best sales day I've ever had. Over $6,000 in orders in one day, all thanks to your heartfelt warning that I'd lose hundreds. So while I understand you'll be shopping elsewhere, I genuinely thank you for the exposure and entertainment. You've reminded me that standing by my values is worth far more than any sale. Wishing you all the best in finding a company that perfectly matches your worldview and maybe one that sells mirrors too. Warm regards, Rachel, owner, Doodles and Sketches. And then she attaches a picture that's like $6,000 in sales, blah, blah, blah. And again, this kind of stuff made me go, hell yeah, girl, stick it to her. But so then Rachel said, oh my God, she replied, and of fucking course she uses Comic Sans. Here's the supposed Comic Sans email from Michelle Miller. So now we have a name. Now this woman is named Michelle Miller, the most basic last name. Rachel, wow, you really think you're clever, don't you? Typical liberal behavior by twisting things around and acting smug. You can mock me all you want, but everyone knows your viral success is fake. There's no way your little sticker shop made $6,000 overnight. You probably made that number up for attention and validation from your woke echo chamber. You think being rude and condescending makes you strong, but it just shows your true colors. You are arrogant, hateful, and intolerant. You can pretend you're better than people like me, but at least I don't need to tear others down to feel good about myself. And by the way, that mirror comment, real mature. You've just proven exactly why people like me don't support small businesses like yours anymore. Enjoy your made-up sales and your online fan club of miserable liberals. God bless, you clearly need it, Michelle. And yeah, reading that email, believing it was real, really sparks rage in the liberal heart. I'm not a liberal, by the way. I'm much further left than that, but for all intents and purposes, since that's the language that Michelle decided to use, yeah, anyway. Then she posts these pictures that says, poorly trying to reorganize my workspace because I have to order like 40 blankets for the pre-order. Thanks, Michelle. Which, like, this is a pretty big workspace. Damn. So it's like, if she has all this like in her home, which it appears as though she does, seems like she's been able to reinvest a good amount of money into her business. So she must have like a decently sized small business going for herself. Then she posts some pictures of some stickers that she made that are like anti-MAGA. She said, they hate that I get paid to be loud, weird, political, and creative. I love that for me. We would love it for you too if it were fucking real. All right, I can see it now. I'm reporting her because I harassed her and now I'm facing the consequences of my actions. Also, I haven't freaking emailed her since yesterday, so I guess she's just throwing this massive ass tantrum now because she thought I'd feel sad privately rather than sharing her message with my followers and getting orders as a result of this. So yeah. So the timestamps on this one, there's about 13 hours in between them. Allegedly, Michelle says, you need to stop emailing me right now or I'm reporting you to every Facebook Business Beware group I have access to for harassment. Consider this my last warning, Michelle. Again, a very boomer-centric thing to say. Not an unbelievable threat for someone like this character would make. November 2nd, Rachel posted, 48 hours ago, a MAGA mom told me I'd lose out on tons of sales for being too political. Since then, gained almost 2,000 new followers, over $10,000 in sales, 200 plus orders, 47 blanket pre-orders. She thought she'd cancel me. Instead, she launched me. Thanks, Michelle. It's just fucked up because like you launched yourself, girl. Someone did add a community note that said this person emailed themselves and pretended to get hateful emails. Thank you. More of this, please. Yes, I'll give it a thumbs up. Obviously, I'm going to blur this one out here because I don't want to put her daughter's face, but she said, I went ahead and submitted the first part of the pre-order because y'all went and ordered 80 fucking blankets. My business card would have been crying had I waited until Saturday to submit it all. Pre-order is still open till 11/5. here's my kiddo with her derpy blanket. Derpy's the name of that cat if you've never seen K-pop Demon Hunters. Also, if you've never watched that movie, are you living under a rock? It's a great movie. I've watched it probably at least 100 times now because that's just all my kids watch, but it's still good. So I don't know what you're doing with your life. You should watch this movie, but don't buy from this woman. Anyway, she posts her printer going ham, printing out a bunch of derpy stickers, which again are really cute if this is her original art, which supposedly I guess it's supposed to be. Spoiler alert, guys, I don't think that this is her original artwork. We'll get to it, but yeah, I didn't find this out until the end of this video, so we'll get there. But don't go praising her for her art style yet, because apparently these aren't even her original drawings. And that's, again, like, if this is her original art, why did you feel the need to do this? Like, your art speaks for itself. This is cute. There's really no way you can go broke this holiday season if this is what you're selling, because this is what's going to be on everybody's wish list. I know for sure that I'm going to be buying a lot of K-pop Demon Hunter shit this year for my kids. I don't understand why she felt the need to do this. She then does like a gift card giveaway or whatever, which I guess is cool. Let's hope that she actually sent those gift cards out. Monday, November 3rd, Rachel said, "You'll never guess who emailed me suggesting that since I used her emails as marketing that I now owe her sales money. Guess. Oh, and Michelle, no sales money for you, but I will happily contribute to some amazing charities in your honor." Oh my God, like, why are you being so, what is even the word? Like, diplomatic? But it's like all based on a lie. It's fucking nuts. There, Michelle, $100 to my local food bank. Hope you don't find feeding people in need offensive. And then she posted a screenshot of the donation. But see, like that's virtue signaling. Like, if you're gonna make a donation to your local food bank, which you definitely should, why are you blasting it everywhere to like try to, because it's like, it's such a topical thing right now to be like, people aren't being fed. You know, if you watch my last video, we went through all that. It's like a donation to a food bank right now is going to make anyone look like a kind and generous person. But it's like, why do you have to put it on blast that you did that? I don't know. It gives me the ick. I don't like it. Then Rachel says, "So I guess we're calling her Michelle now. I was trying to find a tactful way to make a sticker about her, but without pissing off the good Michelles. So yes, Michelle it is." So now she's like, oh, a new marketing opportunity, which again, probably would be really funny. Like, I would love this shit if it was real. I'd probably buy one. I'd be like, just to spite this crazy wackadoodle MAGA lady, yeah, I'll buy a Michelle sticker, you know, like, support her. But it's not fucking real. Anyway, holy crap, the comments on all the Michelle posts have been making me smile all damn day. The collective joy over one sad MAGA mom's audacity might be the strongest community bonding experience I've ever witnessed. I'm still recovering from the stupid cold, got hit by a truck, blah, 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 blah. I agree, but again, it's not real. The real community bonding here now that's happening are the people who fell for this and now know that you were a liar and a scammer. So yeah, Threads users are definitely having a community bonding moment, but it's over our anger and hatred for you. It's just terrible. It's awful. So then Rachel goes, "I checked the spam folder and I see 3 more emails from MAGA mom Michelle. I don't have the spoons to check them yet. Wonder what she got so worked up about overnight." And then she said, "Decision, I'm gonna let them pile and not read them at all. Maybe she'll get mad enough and show up on Threads and you can all deal with her bullshit. I have 300 orders to work on." So it seems like, you know, if she hadn't been exposed, she may have even gone far enough to make a fake account, pretend she's Michelle. She probably was like working on fabricating an account or something for Michelle before she ended up getting exposed for it being fucking fake. Like, she really took this way farther than she needed to. Tuesday, November 4th, she said, "Fucking Michelle put a hex on me." No, she didn't, but my printer officially kicked the bucket. Worst case scenario, it comes on Friday. Best case, my husband can take me to Minneapolis tonight. Now I'm gonna cry, cause fuck. No, seriously, the Michelle hexing thing here is a joke because I have to laugh. And now, knowing what was going on here, here's my suspicion, and this is just my opinion, this is just my speculation. I think she did this so she could buy a new printer. Obviously, this is a pretty advanced looking printer as it is, like a pretty professional looking one. I think she wanted to upgrade her printing capability so she could upgrade her output and the quality for her small business, but she didn't have the funds to do so. I don't know how much one of these printers cost, but I can imagine it's probably hundreds and hundreds of $200, which most people don't just have laying around these days. I think she fabricated all this to be able to pay for a new printer. That, and obviously like the whole Christmas season's coming up, gotta pay for presents and shit. But yeah, after that she said heading up to the Twin Cities later to get a printer, thank goodness. Then later that day she said, I'm just gonna say yikes, Michelle. I'm debating if I should read these on the way to pick up my new printer. Just keep putting that out there, girly pop. Obviously you can see here that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new emails from Michelle with pretty crazy topics or subject lines or whatever, which now looking at these, I'm like, who would do this? I guess I wouldn't put it past any brain-rotted human to behave this way on the internet, but in another picture, she like shares the timestamps here from freaking like 2 o'clock in the morning on what is it? Like in the middle of the week on a Tuesday? Like, and supposedly she's a mom with like all the kids and stuff. Do you sleep, Michelle? See, yeah, I guess these timestamps, it's another red flag. I have found myself awake at 3 and 4 a.m. before as a mom, but it's not every night. It's pretty unusual if I'm up then. And I certainly wouldn't be able to coherently type out a bunch of emails like this in the middle of the night. But I guess, you know, it's not unheard of, but yeah, it is pretty weird. But anyway, pretty much sending one every few hours, pretty obsessively over the course of 24 hours. Then she posts a selfie where she's like at the store getting a new printer so I can keep making stickers for all the orders as a result of Michelle. What do I name the new printer? I wonder how much this printer was actually. This is a $1,100 printer. That's more expensive than I expected actually. And the ink, I was just looking briefly, but it looks like one ink cartridge for this printer is like almost $100. Like I think the one I saw was like 89 or something like that. That shit's expensive. And yeah, what better way to prepare for the holiday season when you know you're gonna be getting more orders than usual than by creating a false narrative to get people riled up enough to order from you so you can afford an $1,100 printer. Insane. And she goes, why are there 166 freaking people on my website shopping right this second? Okay, so now she's gonna start posting, you know, that screenshot that she posted that showed all the subject lines of all the emails. Now she's gonna start posting the actual content of said emails. Before I read this first one, Rachel did say, my laptop died and it doesn't show on my phone, but this was written in Comic Sans. I did decide to read them to screen for threats in case I need to file a police report. Nothing concerning, just a batshit lady. Here's the first email. Rachel, I hope you're proud of yourself. I saw what you posted, the screenshots, the comments, the people laughing at me. Okay, first of all, notice the M dash, which is a very telling sign that something's been written with ChatGPT just because the M dash, like it's a very formal punctuation. Would it even be punctuation? I don't even know what you'd call it, but like it's not something that people just like use in like informal social media interactions or even like complaint emails like this. So yeah, this was all probably also written in ChatGPT if I had to guess. But anyway, you've turned me into some kind of joke. And for what? Because I told you the truth? Because I stood up for what I believe in? I wrote you a private contact form, private, and you blasted it all over the internet so your little fan club could dogpile me. And now you're getting orders and attention like it's something to celebrate. You're literally profiting off of bullying and hate, and somehow I'm the bad guy? It's disgusting, Rachel. You call yourself a business owner, but all you've done is mock hardworking, God-fearing Americans who actually care about this country. You wouldn't even be relevant if it weren't for me saying something. I guess you should be thanking me because clearly I made you famous. But don't worry, because karma catches up to people who build success on lies and cruelty. You can laugh now, but deep down, you know you crossed the line. Whoa, that is some foreshadowing. Karma catches up to people who build success on lies and cruelty. Ain't that the truth, Rachel? Holy shit, that's wild that she put that in there and has not deleted it yet. Anyway, email number 2, subject line, pay me. I cannot believe what you've done. I reached out to you in good faith to warn you about how your business was reflecting on decent Americans, and you turned it into some viral freak show. Do you have any idea how many people have sent me your posts? How many strangers are messaging me because you decided to make a spectacle out of my words? You've made thousands of dollars off of my name, off my message, off the controversy that I started, and now everyone's acting like you're some kind of hero while I'm being harassed for trying to stand up for morals and common sense. You built an entire marketing campaign off of my email, my words, and I didn't see a single cent. That's theft, Rachel. Intellectual property, emotional labor, free publicity, whatever you want to call it. You know exactly what you you did. I expect compensation for the role I played in your success. 20% of your earnings from the week you went viral would be a start. Or at the very least, public acknowledgement that I'm the reason you even have this platform. You can mock me all you want, but you and I both know your little liberal fan base wouldn't have rallied around you if it weren't for me. I gave you your moment. You should be thanking me. I'll be watching to see how you handle this. Dude, talk about the foreshadowing, dude. Like, that's wild. Your little liberal fan base wouldn't have rallied around you if it weren't for me. I mean, I wouldn't have found you if it weren't for Michelle. You know what I mean? Like, she was just out here, like, telling the truth, like, telling everyone her intentions and her motives behind all of this. Hello, white balance. It's like she's incredibly self-aware, but she thinks that people are so stupid and naive and gullible that we're all just gonna take it at face value and laugh. And to be fair, that is what I did and what a lot of other people did, but thankfully not everyone's as stupid as me. So, you know, this all got figured out pretty quick. Ooh, this post also has a community note. This person was emailing themselves. But okay, email number 3, subject line, I'll do it better. Rachel, okay, you know what? I've had it. I'm done being the punchline while you sit back and cash checks off my name. If you won't credit me, if you won't pay me, then I'll just beat you at your own game. I'm launching a site, a real one. Gorgeous hoodies, enamel mugs, prayer circle scarves, the whole patriotic shebang made for real moms who actually love this country, not performative internet clout chasers. I have people, I have groups, I have reach. You think your little liberal cheer squad can compete with thousands of MAGA moms who will buy anything that says "we the people" in cursive? Please. You made bank off my words, fine. I'll make way more. I'll sell it on Sunday church bulletins, on porch groups, at bake sales, at school fundraisers. Oh my God. Fake Michelle. Supposed Michelle. School fundraisers aren't gonna let you sell political shit like this. Anyway, I know it's all fake. Okay, anyway. I'll have more organic reach than your algorithm ever dreamed of. You'll see my site, my brand, my face on stickers and blankets, and yes, I'll have a line called "Doing God's Work One Sticker at a Time." And don't think for a second I'm being nice about it. I'll be everywhere. Targeted ads, neighborhood threads, phone calls, people will send their friends, orders will flood in. You'll refresh your sales page and wonder how the hell one comment turned into a whole business vertical. Also, let's be clear, you owe me. I didn't ask for viral fame. I got dragged into it and I got harassed for it. A modest cut of your windfall is the least you could do, or at minimum, a public line saying, "Thanks, Michelle, for the free publicity." But if you'd rather keep the money and the applause, that's on you. I'll take my victory elsewhere. Enjoy your moment, Rachel. I hope the spotlight's warm because I'm coming for your demographic share, and I don't do subtle. If you couldn't tell, I'm processing all this in real time, having read it and believed it, and now this is my second time reading through all of these, now knowing the truth. So now I'm like, I wonder if this was her plan all along. Like, she was gonna start a second small business printing shit that she knows that MAGA people will buy. I mean, she's right in here. MAGA moms will buy anything that says "we the people" in cursive. She's right. Not just MAGA moms. MAGA anyone will buy shit that says "we the people" in cursive on it. Not just that, but like, if you really want to grift, if you want to make easy money, make some fucking merch for the maggots, man. Because yeah, they will buy anything. They'll buy any of this shit. So I wonder if her idea was to like build up this fake persona and have a second shop where really it's her running both shops. She's running her doodles and whatever the fuck that she originally runs, but she was going to have a side business where she's funneling money out of the right. Anyone can make easy money off of the most gullible and naive people on the planet, being people who believe in the orange dementia patient. But Rachel, after this email was posted, she said, "Me reading this, good, go find a new hobby that's not me." But also, like, I know when I was reading this, I'm like, all right, Michelle, yeah, you go ahead and you try to make those enamel mugs and all this whole wonderful business you're about to start. Go for it. Because it's kind of one of those things that's just like, you really think it's going to be that easy, girly pop? But then again, I guess it probably would be because, again, maggots are gullible. But anyway. Email number 4, subject line, "You'll see. Rachel, I don't even know what's happening anymore. You think this is funny? You think all those people buying your little stickers means you won? Newsflash, you just woke up a beast. I've already got a domain name, a logo, and women asking me where to pre-order. You don't own cute designs, sweetheart. Just wait. MAGA moms are going to blow your hippie nonsense out of the water. My neighbor's cousin runs a print shop. My pastor's wife has followers. It's over for you. Don't act like I didn't warn you. I'll be bigger, louder, realer." Realer? You'll see. And then I'm like, I don't think even maggots are delusional enough to think that they're going to launch a competitive business with this person. Like, it's also not like Rachel is the only person who creates woke adjacent products and art and stuff, you know, like they're a dime a dozen on Etsy, really. People who have their own sticker art businesses and stuff, they're all over the place. So the market's pretty saturated, but like none of them are really competing with each other, I don't think. Anyway, email number 5, subject line, you think I don't see? Rachel, you think silence makes you innocent? Everyone knows. Everyone. This is bigger than stickers now. Way bigger. Just wait. Email number 6. I can't even go online anymore. Rachel, I hope you're happy. My email is flooded, my phone won't stop buzzing, and I just got subscribed to some Democrats for Equality newsletter and a gay sweater box thing. I can't even open AOL without another stranger calling me a monster. You did this. You turned me into some meme for your followers to laugh at while I'm sitting here drowning in hate mail. I tried to help you, and now my reputation is trashed. You've ruined everything. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, your email address was what, like no money for woke businesses at AOL.com or something. Like, it's not like it had her full name. And even if she was a real person and her name was Michelle Miller, how many fucking Michelle Millers are out there? You know, and we don't have a location for this supposed Michelle person. So it's like, how would anyone find her outside of emailing this email address? This is a throwaway email account with a name like that. This is not your everyday email account. It's wild. But also, what gay sweater box thing is she talking about? I want a gay sweater box. And how the Rachel Doodles ruined Michelle's Christmas. Email number 7, you ruined Christmas. You ruined Christmas. I can't even get those stupid blankets because of you. Everyone's talking about them, and I can't even look at your page without wanting to scream. Then don't look at it then. I know she's not real. I don't know. It's just like the ridiculousness of all of this. As crazy as it is, it's still not completely unbelievable. It's just kind of like, this lady needs help, dude. Yesterday she goes, holy shit, where did 41,000 followers come from? Still nothing from Michelle in 6 hours. Maybe she'll finally leave me alone. Rest in peace, my notifications. Holy shit, I have 50,000 followers. Thanks, Michelle. Then she's posting about all her pre-orders. She basically says she's turning off pre-orders and shutting her website down for a few days so she can catch up on orders, I guess. I don't know why you have to shut the entire website down when you can just like shut your orders down, like stop taking orders. Like, why do you have to shut the entire website down? She then says, I currently have over 500 orders in my queue and I'm literally shaking right now. I mean, 500 orders is a lot. She goes on and she says 165 blankets have been ordered. That's wild because, like I said, again, like some of these blankets are like approaching $100 each. Like, she would have been making over $10,000 now just on blankets alone, let alone all the supposed stickers she was selling. Now, this is where things get interesting because now all the posts are like posts not available, which I did take screenshots of this morning before Rachel found out that she was found out, basically. A lot of these posts are suddenly saying they're not available, so I'm not sure. Anyway, yesterday she said, guys, what have you done? I've made more in sales today than I did the entire month of October. Cool, great. All right, email number 8, 21 hours ago. Well, guys, guess who graced my inbox asking for help? Email number 8, subject line, I need to know how you do it. Don't get cocky. Rachel, I've been thinking about you way too much lately, which, by the way, is your fault. But thankfully, this business I'm creating is helping me get over my anger at you. Every time I open AOL and Threads, there you are, smiling, selling, swimming in sales like some kind of liberal Scrooge. It's infuriating, and yet I can't stop watching. You obviously don't deserve it, but somehow you've cracked the code. So I need to know, how did you build your site? Did you use Shopify, Wix, hire somebody? Because I'm starting my own thing now. It'll be classy, patriotic, maybe rhinestones, definitely flags. Don't think this means I like you. I still think you're smug and manipulative and entirely too comfortable with your own opinions. You have shitty morals. But I've been Googling how to start an online store for 2 hours and I don't get it. So clearly something's gone wrong or the internet is trying to withhold business information from me. So out of professional courtesy or kindness, since it seems like you can be nice when you want to be, since you owe me your career, can you tell me where you print your merch, how you get that glowy background in your photos, and whether you need an LLC or if I can just tell people God said it's fine. Don't get all proud about helping me. Just send the info so I can prove I can do it better. You owe me, so you better do it. Michelle, founder in progress. P.S. I'm thinking my tagline will be faith, family, freedom, and free shipping over $75. Thoughts? P.P.S. Blue hair is so tacky, you need to dye it a normal color. P.P.P.S. If you're lying, then you owe me money for wasting my precious time. I was supposed to take my niece out for dinner dinner last night, but you have me obsessed with building a better business. PPPPS, can you tell your friends to stop emailing me and signing me up for gay porn websites? I'm a Christian woman, and I'm about to delete this email because I accidentally clicked on one, and I had to call the teen boy next door to help me fix my computer again. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now that I had not read this until right now. I feel like if I would have seen this, you know, I say this, but it's like some of the other emails from before were pretty wild too. But this one, the ridiculousness is over the line. But yeah, like the postscripts there, that's how you know it's stupid. At that point, it's just kind of like, okay, now what's going on? But Rachel responded to this and said, "Dear Michelle, Google's free, YouTube's free, not helping you out, shut the fuck up, Rachel." And then right after that, she said, "Guys, the email no longer works. I went to tell her to stop contacting me and it got bounced back. She's gone." Then she posted a screenshot where it says, "Address not found, your message wasn't delivered, let the joyous news be spread, the wicked old witch at last is dead." Then she starts bragging about how many orders she has to ship out and how her first set of pre-order blankets are already on her way to her. And then 4 hours ago, like when I tell you guys that this is like still rapidly evolving, Rachel posted, this is when she, I guess, apparently woke up to check threads this morning. "I am sorry, I fucked up. The whole Michelle thing got bigger than I ever imagined." Well, you kept it going though. Like you really kept it going. What started as a silly response to an actual troll form turned into something that I thought would be a silly marketing opportunity. Then when the interactions went viral, I saw it as an opportunity to chip away at debt before Christmas. But I also know some people felt misled and lied to. I'm genuinely sorry. Why did people feel misled and lied to? Probably because you misled people and you lied to them. Duh! Again, she's self-aware. She's saying all the correct things, you know? She then made a follow-up comment that said, "I'm not a scammer." Yes, you are. Product was ordered and this wasn't a ploy to take money and run. Well, I mean, duh. So that's the thing is like, people paid money for a product and they're going to get said product. The problem is, and where I do believe that this is a scam and should be considered a scam, is the same reason why we say MLMs are scams, because it's money paid to you under false pretenses. You made up a lie to get people on your side, to get them to trust you, to get them to like you, and then to get them to send you money. Like multi-level marketing people do this shit all the time. The only difference is like you're an actual small business owner. It's not like you're gonna build your own downline off of this shit. You know, instead of that kind of traditional scam, it's just kind of like, I'm gonna lie and come up with a story that's going to make people want to give me money even though it's not true. If you set something up as one thing and people give you money thinking it's one thing, because let's face it, there's gonna be a bunch of people selling K-pop Demon Hunter stuff online for Christmas this year. And any of these consumers could have shopped with any of those small businesses, but they chose you because you created this sob story that tugged on people's heartstrings and they decided to give you their money instead of someone else who's like being an ethical business owner. So yeah, as far as I see it, I still think it's a scam because it wasn't real. The products are real. You're going to be shipping the products, but the story and the thing that really grabbed people's attention and interest is not real. And that's where the problem is. So it's not a scam in the traditional sense where it's like you stole people's money and ran and didn't give them anything in return. A scam doesn't necessarily have to be that. A scam can simply be exactly what we're looking at here. You made up a lie to bolster yourself, to make profits, to make sales, to get clout, whatever the fuck your intentions are, and none of it was real. As far as I see it, it's still a scam. But anyway, that's the last thing Rachel posted. Now, I guess another thing I should address, because I do feel like there are going to be people in the comments who are going to use this to be like, well, this is why she did it, and I think we should be a little bit easier on her. And I don't know this girl's story. I don't know how any of this works with her, but her bio on Threads here says ADHD. Is that how you pronounce it? Like autism and ADHD, I think is what that stands for. I see people using it a lot, which, you know, no shade. I have ADHD. I don't have autism, but I do have ADHD. So like, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but I do also know that it is a common thing with people with autism where they can't really, I mean, a lot of them anyway. I'm sure there are people with autism that are not bad with social cues, but I think for the most part, like reading social cues can be difficult for people with autism. So I can see people being like, how dare you criticize her? Someone's gonna call me ableist. Like someone's going to do it. The way I see it is that's not an excuse. Being autistic, having ADHD, or having both does not give you an excuse to make up a fucking lie lie and rake in thousands of dollars from unsuspecting, naive people, myself included. I mean, I didn't give her money, but like myself included, I was naive enough to fall for this also. But it's not excused because you have autism, and maybe I'm wrong about that. There are obviously some things that you can use these diagnoses you can use to be like, oh, I am this way because of my ADHD. I am this way because of autism. But when it starts affecting other people, you have to be able to take accountability and take responsibility for yourself. And autism and ADHD does not bar you from not understanding what is ethical and moral. People who have autism can still determine between what is right and wrong, what is ethical and not ethical, what is moral and immoral or amoral, whatever the fuck. Perhaps there are some people who you could say their diagnoses play a role in their decision to lie and scam and stuff, but like that doesn't make it okay. I'm sorry, that doesn't. And she's not using this as an excuse. She's not being like, I'm sorry, I'm autistic, so that's why I did this. She's not saying that. But what I'm saying is that there's probably people who are going to be in this comment section being like, it's because she's autistic. Why are you harping on someone who's autistic? Like, there has to be a line drawn somewhere where it's like, okay, now this behavior is unacceptable. And to me, making up a lie to essentially like poach people into being your customer based on something that's not true, I don't think that has anything to do with autism and ADHD. I think it has to do with you being a piece of shit, man, honestly. Because I do know people who are autistic, like, and I have ADHD, and I know there are levels of those things, like, so I know how ADHD affects me. I also have like anxiety and depression and stuff. I don't think my depression really is that big of a hindrance on my life, but like my anxiety, for example, like sometimes it affects the way I behave in public, because like if I'm in big crowds, or like sometimes if being in a store, the bright lights in a store actually like trigger my anxiety, that being mixed with being in narrow aisles with multiple people, like I'll start having like a panic attack and have to like go sit down and stuff. Yes, that is a result of my anxiety. ADHD, I forget shit all the time, but those are personal things within me. And then I have friends that are autistic that know the difference between right and wrong. They know that maybe they don't really read social cues or sarcasm very well, but they still know when something's fucked up. So that's why, someone correct me if I'm wrong. And if I am wrong, I'm happy to learn how autism really does affect those who have it. If there are situations where they're more likely to behave this way. Like me personally, knowing people who are actually autistic, I don't see that being an excuse. Personally, I don't ever think that there's a good excuse to scam people, no matter what your diagnoses are. So anyway, I guess I should get into how she got caught. Okay, so there's this user on Threads called Grumpy Greetings Co., another small business. So I guess it just seems like she was getting inundated with people tagging her in Rachel's stuff. I don't know. So she's probably just like, guys, please stop. I think that's how it started. But she made posts saying that she blocked someone in the sticker community. I didn't even know there was a sticker community. I'm assuming she's talking about Rachel, but I don't know for sure. I think she is one of the people who probably saw this as like, suspicious when she first saw it. Somehow she got roped in with the Rachel situation before that anyone knew Rachel was a lying scammer. Anyway, 20 hours ago, she made this post and she just said, the math ain't mathin', but the numbers sure are. So basically this is how she got exposed. I guess this screenshot is a DM between Rachel and this grumpy person. In this DM, it doesn't have dates or anything, and yeah, it seems like they had previous correspondence. Like this must have been from a while ago. Rachel apparently sent this creator their phone number in a DM at one point sometime. So what Grumpy whatever the fuck did was went onto AOL.com. So if you didn't know this, and this is how even like creators in the anti-MLM movement, like if you've been here a long time, you might remember this situation, but there was someone who was trolling, I guess, the anti-MLM world, who we found out was the president of Monat. He's not the president anymore. All that stuff like went down a while ago, lawsuits and shit, crazy shit. But before all that happened, it was Stuart McMillan. So what happened was Stuart McMillan had created a troll troll account on Instagram. It was literally called like Trollin' the Trolls 2021 or something like that, whatever year it was. Could have even been 2020. And we found out it was him by doing this same exact little hack here. It's not a hack. It's, I don't know what else to call it. A trick, I guess, if you will. If you go into a lot of websites, and I don't even know if Instagram does this anymore. Like, I think you literally, like, if you have two-factor authentication on and you try to log in, then it just like will send a text to your phone or whatever. I don't know if it gives you the last 4 digits anymore, but apparently AOL still does this. So in this screenshot, you'll see she tried to log in with the no money for woke businesses at AOL.com. This person typed in that they wanted a text verification code, so it gave her the last 4 digits. Even this seems like kind of like an invasion of privacy, and I wish platforms didn't do this, but I do at the same time understand. So like when you're trying to log in, you know where it's going. Anyone can really try, like, at least get the last 4 digits of someone's phone number by doing this, or whatever phone number is listed or linked to whatever account. Anyway, if we go back to the screenshot of the DM, you can see area code starts with, ends with. So basically, Grumpy Greetings Co. posted this. It was like, hey guys, pretty sure Rachel is Michelle and Michelle is Rachel, and they are one of the same, and it's all been a bunch of bullshit. I don't know if people got up her butt about this. Like, as far as I see it, you cracked the case. Good job. You thought that something was fishy here, and you did your own research. I don't even know if this would be considered research. You just like did a very basic thing to see if you could crack the code here, and you did. And I feel like when someone is being dishonest like Rachel, this kind of stuff is warranted. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with Grumpy Greetings Co. doing this. Anyway, so then she went on to say this wasn't about canceling, it was about clarity. There's a difference between stirring up drama and standing up for what's right. When people are exchanging money, when customers are getting pulled into something under false pretenses, that's what I said. That matters. Transparency matters. I didn't post to destroy someone's life. I posted to hold someone accountable. I completely agree with this, and again, I'm glad she did. Please don't harass her. I'm sure she's getting slammed right now. If you're a gremlin, be chill. Let her process this and hopefully hold herself accountable. I guess someone accused her of doxing Rachel, which, because it's not like she blasted her full phone number. I'm gonna have to blur this out on my end. Like, when this video comes out, I'm gonna be blurring the numbers just to not contribute to doxing. I could see how someone could say this is doxing, but I also do feel like it was, I don't want to say necessary doxing. Like, doxing is pretty much never necessary, but it did provide clarity. Because if she had blurred it all out, people would be like, what are you talking about? Like, unblur it, let us see. Like, show the proof, show the receipts, you know? So I understand. It's kind of one of those things that's like, if I don't do this, Rachel's just going to continue scamming people. And if I do this, people are going to know the last 4 digits of her phone number and the first digit of her area code, which I don't want to contribute to that personally. But, I mean, these screenshots have been shared all over threads. They've been copied and reposted over and over again, so you can find them and see them for yourself if you want to. Literally just search StickerGate on threads and you'll find it. Please don't let this deter you from supporting small businesses. Not all of us are like this, and most of us are just trying to keep our heads above water and do our best in a really difficult political and economic climate. That's important too. Please don't take anything from this to be like, yeah, I'm never supporting small businesses again, can't trust anyone. Like, no, don't take it that far. And it's wild that this person is feeling like they have to apologize for all this now too. What Rachel did is not something that is only going to affect her. Like I said at the beginning of this video, it creates division in this scary political, economic, social climate that we have going on that we're all just trying to navigate. I think what Rachel did caused a lot of harm to any sort of resolution. It just created more division, but also clearly other people are getting dragged into it as well. Other people are, I guess, are saying, I don't trust small businesses now because of Rachel. So that's the person who exposed Rachel. Let's get into some of the stuff that some people are saying, because like I said, all of this is trending. It's being called StickerGate on threads. So let's just go through some of these top posts here. 43 minutes ago. This controversy has layers. WW, is that white woman? Let's just say that means white woman. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure she's a white woman. Anyway, white woman makes up emails for months to victimize herself and grow her audience. Oh yeah, by the way, this is something that I forgot to mention, is that before this, she was posting other little stories. Like, she had one where she like supposedly ran into some guy at a gas station and saw that she had different colored hair and asked her how many genders she thought there were. And it's like, I know when I saw that, I was like, who the fuck behaves that way? But then at the same time, it's like, oh, maggots will behave that way, you know? There are people out there who behave this way, so you can't be like there's no way. You're not giving me a reason not to believe it, but now I don't believe anything she says. Anyway, gets over 50,000 followers, makes sales off scam emails. Turns out her designs are from Canva. Whoa, really? Okay, I'm missing that. We're gonna have to track that down. Says, turns out her designs are from Canva. She's not even an artist, just a seller of other people's work and selling licensed merchandise without the license to use the name. Well, to be fair, a lot of people do that, and K-pop Demon Hunters is going to be making enough fucking money. Netflix, Sony, whatever, whoever owns the rights, I think it's probably Netflix now at this point, but whoever owns the rights to K-pop Demon Hunters, they're gonna be just fine. They're gonna be selling official licensed merch, and they're gonna be just fine. Because I'm also of the belief that, like, these big giant corporations, obviously you run into the risk of, like, being hit with copyright stuff, like, legally if you're selling merch that is not licensed to you. But as far as I see it, it's a victimless crime. A small business selling some stickers of some characters that they did not come up with themselves and did not license, but they drew the art. To me, I'm like, did you see something? Because no, you didn't. You know, it's like, who fucking cares? Let them make a couple $100 off of this. The money that, like, Netflix would be missing out on is a very, very small drop in the bucket of the profits that they're already making off of K-pop Demon Hunters. So as far as I see it, it's like, whatever. That's not a big concern to me. Oh my god, this person thinks the same thing I did. Notice another thing. Rachel, the StickerGate woman with her multiple personalities, which I think need attention and clinical intervention. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but anyway, was also going to launch a family, faith, freedom MAGA sticker store through her alt persona, Michelle. She may have gotten the idea from an actual Michelle, or this was a ruse all along. The MAGA persona was on her way to build a bigger, better store, desperately asking the Rachel personality for advice, as we got to witness through her latest email. Okay, now I feel better about thinking that that was her intentions, because someone else is thinking it too. I'm still trying to find out the Canva situation. I don't know why people are saying she was just a Canva artist. This person said, okay, Threads, do your thing. Rachel claims to be the original artist, but her sketches aren't consistent, and it seems that in addition to faking a whole human being for likes and sales, she also seems to steal art. Who are the original creators of these? All three on her page, all different. Okay, this is that Rachel person who she said is her assistant, not the actual Rachel behind RachelDoodlesAndMore. This person said, just FYI, this is her assistant who's trolling all the negative true posts about Rachel Doodles, standing up and justifying her actions. Rachel says, clarification, she purchases many designs from other artists and has permission to use them like these, but also makes her own designs. So now people are just saying that, like, so much of this art is even hers. I'm still not seeing where Canva comes in, but okay, whatever this website is, yeah, so they sell the art, then small business owners can buy it and put it on their products. This one is from someone called Eclipse Stitchery, so that's interesting. I still don't understand why people are saying Canva, but this does make sense, where it's like, I mean, if you're gonna make a business called Doodles and Sketches and then sell other people's shit and claim it as your own, that seems a little dishonest. Maybe that's just how the industry works. I have no idea. Oh, wow. Okay, so here's this one. This screenshot is something that she posted back in October, apparently. It seems like she's tried to kind of do this scam before with the email commiehater 420691621 at you stupid rword.net. I can't believe anyone would give money to a communist fascist art factory. My grandpa taught me better than to fund people who hate America and draw cartoons. You made me look at your garbage website for 5 whole minutes. You owe me $5 Venmo for the trauma and an apology on your knees. Remove anything that makes me feel less superior, or I'll tell everyone at the truck stop and the church bake sale to shut your site down. Well, see, this one's obviously fake. Maybe I'm just saying that because I know that she's a liar now, but who would fucking say this shit? You send me $5 on Venmo. This is stupid. This is so stupid. What it all comes down to is she got found out, people are onto her, and I'm glad she got caught before she could do any more harm. Now, the thing is that I feel like I don't really know how pre-orders work in this situation. I don't know, like, if she already placed whatever pre-order, like, if someone wants to cancel their order, can they? Or, like, has the money already been deposited into Rachel's account and the product's already been ordered? And then if that's the case, maybe the only option would be to do a chargeback. And not that I, like, wish that upon anyone, but at the same time, it's like, if you're scamming people and they find out that they got scammed before they receive the end product, you either need to refund them. Like, I hope that if people reach out to Rachel and say, I would like a refund, please, I hope she does that. And if she doesn't do that, I'm just saying, if it were me, I would do a chargeback. It's just fucked up. Like, I don't want to fuck up someone's Christmas. I don't want to fuck up someone's life. You reap what you sow, I guess. Like, I just don't know how people, like, can come around to make these kind of decisions and be like, this is fine. This will be fine. This person says, I can't believe the number of replies I'm reading from people giving Rachel the benefit of the doubt and saying she's only human and can make mistakes. She intentionally lied and emotionally manipulated her followers and strangers in order to make money off of them. She's a grifter. I don't care if she actually ships real products. Stop supporting these scummy people. There are real ethical artists that deserve your money. Yeah, I agree with that, actually. It's not a mistake when you're actively stringing it along for 5 fucking days. She had plenty of time for her to, like, think about this and be like, maybe I shouldn't do this. But she kept it going because, you know, she was getting sales. She was making money off of this. And I think her whole thing would be like, no one can prove that it was a lie. No one can prove that I'm lying. Turns out it was actually pretty easy to prove that she was lying. So that's where it's at now. And we're gonna leave it there. I am gonna go camping this weekend, so I will not be home to work on this video. So you will be seeing it the following week. But if anything else comes of this, I will put in another section at the end here with updates. Yeah, so some things happened. As you may have noticed, I was saying multiple times throughout this video, like, she hasn't even deleted this stuff yet. Well, while I was out in the wilderness camping this weekend, Rachel did actually private her entire Threads account and, like, wiped it of all of this, everything that we went over. And I was like, oh no, gosh, I hope that I got all the screenshots I needed because now I'm gonna get home and all of it's gonna be gone. But yeah, Rachel then went and unprivated her account, and now all of this that we covered today is no longer there. The other thing that happened is that she allegedly, I'm gonna pull this screenshot up on my phone right now, but she basically got her husband to come in and excuse me, her husband. I mean, if you ask me, it was most likely Rachel writing this, pretending to be her husband. Yeah, so she came back and made this post and then pinned it to the top of her profile, which actually, I don't even think this is here anymore. I think she might have posted another thing, actually. So what I'm about to read to you, she actually did. She fucking deleted this too. Okay, but this message from her husband says, Mr. Doodles here. I guess because she's Rachel Doodles. Mr. Doodle. Oh my god. It's giving Mr. Noodle. Like, Elmo. Anyway, Mr. Doodles here. If your mission is to cause Rachel grave emotional harm, then congratulations, mission accomplished. We are also very much aware of the harm caused to Rachel's friends and core community. Please consider that none of her defenders have done anything to deserve harassment. They are among the most hurt by this whole situation. Call Mr. Doodles fake or another contrivance, believe what you will, but please consider that real people are being really hurt. If this were me, if I found myself in some kind of controversy online, if I asked my husband, like, hey, can you come write a post to defend me? He'd be like, what? No. And, you know, my relationship isn't everyone else's relationship, but, like, my husband and I hold each other accountable, and, like, this just screams either, one, her husband, Mr. Doodles, is an enabler who is just like, yes, honey, yes, you're right. You were right about all of this. It's not even a big deal, whatever. Or she just wrote this herself. I'm thinking she wrote this herself. But anyway, so she deleted that. But see, like, that's just so stupid. She's like, you guys are causing me grave emotional harm. Do you even realize what you did? Are you taking zero responsibility for this? Like, yeah, she posted an apology or whatever, but what this is saying to me is like, guys, please stop bullying me and saying mean things. I am being emotionally harmed now because you guys are trying to hold me accountable. Like, just don't do stupid shit like this. I don't know what else to say, Rachel. Like, you cannot sit here and blame other people for emotional harm because you can't stand to read some comments making fun of you on Threads. Like, I'm sorry, this whole situation is packed with jokes. It is packed with criticism towards you, Rachel. Like, what did you expect? And you're gonna sit here and play the victim? You're gonna play the victim? Really? Honestly, pathetic. On Saturday, she posted, if anyone who chooses to defend me is harassing people, please stop doing this immediately. I do not support or condone this behavior. This is my own responsibility and I can fight my own battles. Oh, really? Is that why you got your husband to come write a fucking, like, ugh. Make it make sense. This chick is lost. Oh, okay, so this is interesting. She actually reposted a post of hers that she made on August 10th of this year. So she reposted this to be like, look, I can take accountability, even though all signs point to no. She said, I want to be clear about something. I'm gonna mess up. I'm human. I'm going to get things wrong, miss context, or be unaware of something I should know. I'll make typos that completely change the meaning of a sentence. And because we're different people, there will be times we don't agree. If that happens, I want you to feel like you can talk to me. I want to understand if I've hurt you or crossed a boundary. I can't undo a mistake, but I can acknowledge it and learn from it. I try to lead with empathy, show grace to others because I know how it feels to be learning in real time. I only ask the same in return because community and connection require space for imperfection. This would be cool if she hadn't limited comments so no one could respond to that. Like, oh yeah, by the way, her Threads account has all the comments limited. So like, emotional harm where? People are not bullying you in your comments, but however, if you do search StickerGate on Threads, you're gonna see a lot of criticism. And yeah, people are kind of making fun of the situation, like, because it is ridiculous. This whole thing is so ridiculous. But they're not like directing it at her because she limited all the comments that can be left on her social media. You can't mention her either. So like, none of this gets sent to her notifications, which I don't blame her. I would probably do the same thing to avoid, you know, emotional harm and being able to move on and move forward. Like, I get it. But then to go and be like, you guys are causing me emotional harm. Seriously? Stupid. She mentioned she was going to therapy, which good, seems like you need it, girly pop, but I also feel like mentioning this, like, I don't know if she's mentioned therapy in the past. It just seems very convenient for her to be mentioning it now, to be like, see, look, I'm trying to be better. Great. How long have you been going to therapy? You know, is this an ongoing thing or is this new? I don't know. Good for her for trying to fix shit. But there's also a possibility that she's just saying she's going to therapy to quell some of the hate, you know? I don't know. I don't believe anything that she says. And neither should you, honestly. She also says, I'm not in the headspace to turn on comments yet. I don't blame her, but I'm moving forward as I navigate this new territory. Hope you have a wonderful Monday. And then 18 hours ago, this is one I haven't seen yet, she said, what I do or don't do will never be good enough for some. If that's you, read. I see you trying to interpret my parody and storytelling bio adjustments as reflections of my old posts. They're not parody. Oh, is that what this is? Oh, now suddenly it's parody. Oh, you guys just fell for parody. This wasn't parody. This was intentional misleading and lying to get money for yourself. You even admitted that, Rachel. You said, I saw the opportunity to chip away at some debt before Christmas. And now it's like, oh, it's just parody. Shut up. Like, shut up, dude. I know I'm like much more angry now than like the stuff I recorded before all this. It's just gotten so ridiculous. And the one thing I fucking hate is people not being able to take accountability for themselves. And the thing is that Rachel kind of did. She made that post where she's like, I fucked up. But then she deleted it. And then she's like, my husband says that you guys are harming me. He's coming to my defense. And then she's like, I can fight my own battles. And then she's like, it was just parody. I cannot with people like Rachel. I can't. Anyway, my apologies were made publicly, privately, and sincerely. Okay, well, you deleted the public ones, so they might as well not even exist. Those posts, plus every post that I've ever made anywhere, have since been dissected, analyzed, and turned into think pieces by complete strangers who have no shortage of unqualified opinions about what I say or didn't say. Okay, I think she's talking about what I covered before, how she has done this before, how she's sent in fake email forms or whatever to herself. We know it, okay? You can deny it all you want, Rachel. We know you've been sending these to yourself. And the one that I showed, by the way, it's not the only one. There's multiple. She has done this multiple times, and this is the one time that it stuck. And honestly, looking back at her previous like failed attempts to be like, oh, look at all these MAGA people who are mad at me and sending me these little support messages or whatever, they've all been ridiculous. Like, to the point where it's like, this is completely unbelievable. This one, I think this one stuck because it was believable. Like I said, hindsight's 2020. We all know that there were some red flags here that we didn't see, but altogether, this story that she concocted, out of all the other ones she has tried to do this with before, this is the one that stuck because it wasn't so out of the realm of possibilities. And so what do you expect people to do, Rachel? When they see that you have a history of doing this over and over again, what do you expect them to do? Of course, they're gonna look at all of them and be like, whoa, she did this one time time, she did this one time, she did this one time. Ultimately, the internet's gonna forget about this and Rachel's gonna move on. I just desperately hope that the internet doesn't let her continue to scam people like this. Like, the internet should not let her live this down because she has now made herself out to be an untrustworthy person. Anyway, there's more to this. Moving forward, the direction of this account is changing. Removing my old post doesn't change the narrative. Actually, it does. You're trying to control the narrative, which you have every right to do on your own social media. Fine. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Like, that's what you're fucking doing here. It means I'm done leaving the post out for you to pick apart. I'm done letting you find my previous mistakes. I wouldn't even use the word mistake. Like, this is a pattern of behavior with her. I'm done letting you notice my pattern of behavior and calling me out for it. Like, okay. My dogs think so too. The people who chose to have real conversations with me privately know where my heart is. You can be disappointed and walk away. That's reasonable. The rest will believe what they want, and I will not tolerate toxicity. Now I have to trust that what I do and who I am is enough, no matter who disagrees. Yes, this has been discussed in therapy in present. I'm owning it. No, you're not. I'm owning it, and I'm doing the work whether you believe it or not. I don't believe it. None of us believe a single fucking thing you say. What's wild is watching people profit off of condemning me. I'm experiencing harassment and bullying from real people. You did this to yourself. Oh my god, no, there was actually someone did make a sticker about it because of something that she said. Let me see if I can find it real quick because it's pretty funny. Oh, here it is. Okay. One of her responses to Michelle, she posted one of the emails and then her little caption underneath it was, "You did this to yourself, lady." Another user called Outfox Molder, I guess, made a sticker that said, "You did this to yourself, lady." So if that's what she's talking about, like, please. I think she has every right to profit off of that because at this point, it's all a fucking joke. It's all one big, huge fucking joke. And again, where she's like, I'm experiencing harassment and bullying. This is why I'm bringing this up. Because you did this to yourself, lady. You did. You did. You cannot sit here and be like, I'm being bullied and harassed for something I did wrong. No one feels bad for you. No one feels bad that you did this to yourself. Like, you really royally fucked up. And the fact that you're sitting here being like, I'm the victim, not gonna fucking fly with me. I think that's where all my frustration comes from because when I first filmed that first part, she wasn't doing this part yet. She wasn't like not taking accountability, you know? She had only like just put out her little apology post like I fucked up because at least she had done that. Now that's deleted and now she's playing the victim. What a fucking child. Anyway, my story's public and so are the lies and harassment that have followed. I see it, I'm aware, and it's being documented appropriately. What are you gonna do? Sue people? You gonna sue me? I guess I should put a disclaimer on this video. Yeah, this is all my opinion and it's also just a retelling of the fucking facts. It is a repost of everything you posted, sprinkled with my opinions, my commentary, period. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but I guess I'll put a disclaimer at the beginning of this video now because everything's being documented because she's just gonna start suing people. Like, I mean, she didn't say that, but like, why else would you appropriately document things like that? I'm curious to know what the lies are. She would probably consider this video to be harassment. My ass, dude. This is my job. My job is to cover people on the internet who are unethical. And you, Rachel, are by far one of the more unethical small businesses I have ever seen, hence the video. So yeah, she's like, I'm gonna sue everybody. In my opinion, I think that's what she was pointing towards. She did keep up the post that I mentioned earlier where she was like, hey, there's so many new followers, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Like, so she still has that up, posted in the middle of all of this, and she pinned it to her profile. She has lost thousands of followers over this, but she's still at a net positive, like significantly net positive. I do hope that people are just following her at this point just to see what she does next. Like, she is an absolute mess of a human because at one point she was over 50,000 and now she's down to 47.5, and I think that number is just going to continue to dwindle because yeah, I see that Savvy, my friend Savvy Lizer, Savvy Writes Books, is a mutual follower of her, and I know that she's working on a video about this, so I know that she's not following her because she likes her. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone is like legitimately following her because they want to support her business at this point. I think most people are following her just to kind of see what she does because these StickerGate posts are still going. But anyway, I think that's everything. I don't think I have anything else to add to this conversation after that. Oh, Pop-Tart is so cute right now. Hold on, I gotta show you guys a picture. I'm gonna take a picture of her real quick. There she is. Anyway, so there's my cat. Look at how cute and perfect she is, just napping right next to me. And okay, let's get to the end of this video now. Yeah, man, what an unfortunate situation. All of this sucks. Everything about this sucks, and I hate it. That all being said, let's thank some people. First of all, Factor, thank you for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget, click the link below, use my code, do the things, get the discounts. I appreciate Factor for coming back and working with me, and for you guys checking out the sponsors on this channel. It keeps them coming back, so thank you so much. Now I want to thank my patrons and my members, guys. The list of names I'm about to read off are my financial supporters. They get access to things like our private Discord server. We have a postcard club, early access to new videos whenever I'm able to provide that, and sometimes even more than that. So if any of that sounds good to you, you can go to patreon.com/SavannahMarie, or you can click the join button beneath this video to join my YouTube memberships. Just whatever platform works for you works for me. So with that, the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Hula Chowdown, Jacqueline Nutton, Leanne, Kessie Drew, KJ Barnes, Marie Silver, Maddie Darley, Ray, Caroline Reed, Bug, AJC, Char City, RC's Jewelry designed by Amber, Luciana Valiente, Emily Jean, Hannah Moe, Alex Gollum, Love to Be Evil, Liz Sahu, Evan Adler, LaSalle Story, Fluffy Duckbutt 24 Elaine, Ferd Turgeson Esquire, Just Mark, Alice Wagner, Fallon Harris, Jessica Billhart, and Emion. And to the rest of my financial supporters, thank you so much for being here and being you. And even if you're not a financial supporter, thanks for making it to the end of this video. YouTube loves watch time, so I just appreciate that you're here because it helps my video get seen by more people. If you have a chance to put hype points on this video, please do. Sometimes YouTube gives the option on my videos and then sometimes it doesn't. I don't understand how or why that happens, but if it is an option, please put some hype points on this video because that does help out a whole lot. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and with that, I'll see you all next time. Bye.